Good morning students, I welcome you in English grammar class. Today I am going to teach finite and non-finite verb. Okay, so what is finite verb? Finite verb that change according to the subject in the sentence are called finite verb. What is finite verb? Finite verb, it change according to the subject in the sentence are called finite verb. Okay, so finite verb has three parameters. First is finite verb change as per the tense, past tense, present tense and future tense. Okay, and finite verb it change as per the person, first person, second person and third person. Okay, and finite verb it change as per the number of the subject, singular and plural. Okay, so now let's understand each of this parameter with the help of the example. First parameter is verb change as per the tense. Okay, verb change as per tense. This is first parameter. So now we will understand this with the help of the example. First example is I play cricket every day. Okay, so this sentence is written in present tense. Okay, so I is a subject and play is a verb. Okay, now let's see the second example. I played cricket yesterday. Okay, this sentence is written in past. Okay, so I is a subject, played it is a verb. Okay, so verb play change to played as per the tense. Okay, now let's see the second parameter of finite verb is verb change as per person. Second parameter is verb change as per person. Okay, first example, I run a mile daily. Okay, so I is a subject and run is a verb. Okay, now let's see the other example. He runs a mile daily. Okay, so he is a third person. I is a first person and he is a third person. Okay, and runs it is a verb. So run change to runs as per person. Okay, now let's see the third parameter of finite verb is verb change as per number of the subject. Third parameter is verb change as per number. Let's see the example. Apple is of red color. Okay, so apple is a singular subject and is a verb. Okay, and let's see the other example. Apples are of red color. Apples, it's a singular subject and are is a verb. So verb is changed to are as per the number of subject. Okay, so now students, you have understood the definition of finite verb and three parameters of finite verb. The definition of finite verb is finite verb it change according to the subject in the sentence. Okay, it is called finite verb, and three parameters of finite verb is finite verb change as per the tense, present, past and future, and second parameter is finite verb change as per person, first person, second person and third person, and third parameter is finite verb change as per the number of subject, singular and plural. Okay, so I hope you have understood. Now let's see the non-finite verb. What is non-finite verb? Non-finite verb that do not change according to the subject in the sentence are called non-finite verb. What is non-finite verb? Non-finite verb it does not change according to the subject in the sentence are called non-finite verb. Okay, so non-finite verb do not change verb in the sentence. Okay, so one more important thing for non-finite verb is non-finite verb, it does not change as per the tense, and it does not change as per the person, and it does not change as per the number of subject. Okay, so let's see the example to make it clear. First example is, I found his office at a walking distance. Okay, so I is a singular form and found it is a past form. Okay, in this sentence, found and walking both are verbs. Okay, now let's see the other example. Akash will find his office at a walking distance. Okay, so Akash subject, it is written in singular form, and will find, it is future form, and walking, it is a verb. Okay, so verb found changed to find, but verb walking, it did not change in both cases. Okay, so here walking is a non-finite verb. So I hope now you have understood finite and non-finite verb. And what is the difference between finite and non-finite verb? Finite verb, it change according to the subject in the sentence, but non-finite verb, it does not change according to subject in the sentence. Okay, and finite verb, it change their verbs. Okay, and non-finite verb, it does not change their verbs. Okay, so now kind of non-finite verb. First is gerund, and second is finite infinitives, and third is participle. Okay, so now I will explain first kinds of non-finite is gerund. Okay, now let's see the kinds of non-finite verb. First gerund, second infinitives, and third is participle. Okay, so what is gerund? Gerund, when we use a verb in place of a noun, is called gerund. What is gerund? Gerund, when we use a verb in the place of a noun, is called gerund. Okay, and gerund, adding ing to verbs first form. Okay, so what is gerund? Gerund, it is act as a noun in a sentence, and present participle, modifiers or progressive verbs. Okay, so let's see the example to make it clear. First example is, swimming is good for health. Swimming is good for health. Okay, so swimming is a verb. Okay, and but we are writing swimming as the place of subject. Okay, so swimming, it behaves as a noun. Okay, so let's see the other example to make it clear. Second, writing is an exchange of idea. Okay, so writing, it is a verb, but in the sentence writing, it is behaving as a noun, that's why it is gerund. And third is, reading helps a lot in learning new things. Okay, so in this sentence reading is a verb, and but it behaves as a noun, that's why it is gerund. So I hope now you have understood about the gerund. Okay, so what is the gerund? Gerund is used as a verb in a sentence, and second is we add ing with first form. Okay, and gerund, it is act as a noun. Okay, now let's see the second kind of non-finite verb is infinitives. Okay, so what is infinitives? Okay, so infinitive, it is not the main verb in the sentence, and second, it does not change as per tense and person. Okay, so it is created to verbs based form. Okay, so now let's see the example to make it clear. Now all are the example of infinitives. If I will write verb run and before run I will write to, it is infinitive. And second, help. Help is a verb. If I will write to before the verb help, it is also infinitive. And here eat, it is a verb. If I will write to before the verb, it is also infinitive. Okay, now let's see the uses of infinitive. Infinitive, it is used as a noun, it is used as an adjective, and it is used as an adverb. Okay, so now let's see the first use of infinitive. Infinitive used as a noun. So let's see the example. Sia likes to play. Okay, so in this sentence, to play, it is an object. Okay, but it behaves as a noun. Okay, next, second use, infinitive used as a adjective. Okay, example, I have no time to eat. So in this sentence, no time, it is an object. Okay, to eat, it's a infinitive. Okay, so it describe an object. Okay, third, infinitive used as a adverb. Adverb, you all know, it modifies the verb. Okay, so let's see the example. She reads to gain knowledge. So knowledge is a verb and to gain, it is adverb. It means to gain, it describe the verb. Okay, it modify the verb. So to gain, it is used as an adverb. So now let's see the exceptional case. Okay, so to if I will write any verb in a sentence without to, it is called bare infinitives. So let's see the example of bare infinitive is she made me cry. So in this sentence I am writing made, it is a verb, but I am not writing here to. So it is a example of bare infinitive. Okay, so I hope you have understood the definition of infinitives and the uses of infinitives. Okay, and bare infinitives also. If we will not write to before the verb, it is called bare infinitives. Okay, now let's see the third kind of non-finite verb is participle. What is participle? It is not the main verb in the sentence. Participle, it is not a main verb in a sentence. And second, it does not function as verb in the sentence. Okay, so there are three participles. Okay, first present participle, and second past participle, and third perfect participle. Okay, so first present participle. In present participle we use verb first form then ing. Okay, and present participle, it function as an adjective. For example, I really like this dancing doll. Okay, so in this sentence, dancing, it is a present participle. Why? Because doll is a noun. Okay, so doll is a noun and dancing, it function as an adjective. It describing the doll. Okay, so dancing, it is a present participle. Okay, now let's see the second past participle. Okay, second is past participle. Okay, so in past participle we will write verb and then third form. Okay, and it function as an adjective. Okay, let's see the example to make it clear. The broken glass cut my foot. Okay, so in this sentence, broken, it is a past participle and cut, it is a main verb. Okay, so in a sentence, broken, it is a past participle, and third is perfect participle. Perfect participle, it means completed action. Okay, so let's see the example to make it clear. Having been, verb plus third form. Okay, let's see the example. Having edited the video, I started upload it. So in this sentence, having edited the video, this verb has completed, this action has completed, so it is a perfect participle, and started, it is a second verb. Okay, so I hope now you have understood the non-finite verb kinds: first gerund, second infinitives, and third participle. So student, thanks for watching this video. Okay? So student, thanks for watching this video. Okay?